Hello everybody and welcome to a review of Rising of the Shield Hero Season 4 Episode 2. Now I will say this, Naofumi, I give props for Naofumi for all his career in the Rising of the Shield Hero series. I may not follow the Ellen's novels, but I do applaud the Naofumi's career throughout the entire Rising of the Shield Hero. I mean, let's look back, being treated misguidedly. He has trust issues. He got a friend. People didn't want to work with him. Raphtalia joins the party. Not only that, as episodes progresses, we have seen him grow and grow and grow. And there are times when Naofumi, has problems. He solves it. He don't use people. He finds ways to solve it. And the reason with the heroes and all that stuff and bitch ass mind. It's time for Naofumi to get like a day off of rest. Now, even though Naofumi is not that type of guy who gets a day off of rest, we have seen Naofumi at his peak saying, things like having his party supportive and all that stuff. And speaking of his party, you do realize all the girls like Naofumi these days. Every girl like Naofumi. This is one of those harem. This theme that we're going around here is the harem animes. Harem animes don't get a lot of love. I get it, guys surrounded by a bunch of girls, and people look at that show and say, ew, this is fan service, I don't give two shits about it, we're just gonna move on. And I bring it up. The only reason I'm bringing that up is because, now for me, you are one lucky bastard in this episode. You are one of many luckiest bastards to have a bunch of harems on your roster. Henceforth, Rentaro from the 100 Girlfriends is the GOAT of rom-coms. And I'm going to still say it again, which I'm bringing this anime YC, by the way, on 4 days. I'm still grasping about Naofumi's ways of doing this. And I posted this on Twitter or X, and I said, this show is resembling to two shows that come to my head when I watch this. Monster Musume and Interspecies Reviewers, which, by the way, pretty good shows, by the way. But this doesn't stop Naofumi from discovering the world of how life is, and it's got a harem to go around. Without further ado, let's get right to it with Rising of the Shield Hero Season 4 Episode 2 review, which, like I said, harem this guy has. Okay, so, Naofumi and his party are in this luxurious kingdom. Everybody worships Naofumi. But not Naofumi's party. I am so sick and tired of not everybody giving his party the benefit of the doubt. I am so freaking tired of this. Like, let's look at this. First off, the bed. Naofumi got a giant ass bed. A giant ass bed. And from the size of him, it looked like it's like a dollhouse for this guy. Like, Naofumi's the doll. This whole fucking bed is his. And I'm like, dude, you gotta have the entire party or harem sleep in the same freaking bed. You could have that. But no. They're like, okay, you sleep in this bed. Everybody else, like Raphtalia and the others, sleep in like these wooden shaped like beds. And I'm like, that's disrespectful. After everything they've been putting through waves and helping Naofumi out, they get beds like that? They get these tiny orphan beds? That's some bullshit. I'm sorry. That is bullshit. Like, come on. Let's just call it like this. That's just mind-boggling right there. Now for me, he's a nice guy, He's like, you guys go out of town. But I want Raph to stay with me. I want little Raph to stay with me. And Raph had been really very supportive throughout this thing. I mean, she discovered like there's a beast shield and all that stuff. A beast transformation skill that Naofumi can use, which I kind of like that he'll use that as a beast transformation skill. A pretty good skill to use. So Naofumi and his party, Naofumi's crew going out of town partying, but most people don't like him. In this Zootopia world kind of thing, nobody don't like them. And I'm like, what did they do to you? Now, the reason I'm bringing up harem is because of this. This is one of those anime things where the girl logic antenna clicks in, and then they start like, I sense something happened to my boyfriend. That's what Raphtalia is going through. So let me sum this up. So Naofumi and Raph are enjoying the little hot spring going on, and the water changed to like that aphrodisiac pink reddish vibe thing. You know, those little aphrodisiac that turn girls on just for them to have sex with Naofumi and the other, you know, sex with Naofumi. Those kind of thing that get the urges going. And as soon as the urges going, Naofumi quickly got up, but the girls were affected about it. And then by girls, I'm talking about every interspecies girl in this. We're talking like full elephant, female elephants, half human, half beast creatures. There was one that looked like a centaur. There was one that looked like Mia. There was one who looked like Pappy. There was one who looked like basically every monster girl you could think of, or every Zootopia character you could think of. You know that again, from that scene, it reminded me of Interspecies Reviewers. Go watch Interspecies Reviewers. That's a good anime because it teaches you about the pros and cons when it comes to monster girls. And Monster Misune, Everyday Life at Monster Girls. That's how it's like. It's a joke. I mean, not a joke, but it's like you Rise of the She-Hero, Monster Misune, Interspecies Reviewers. What do they all have in common? Interspecies harems. And he knew this was coming because the queen mentioned in the first episode that there's gonna be these princesses. So all these princesses want to get after Naofumi's pants and get it on. Like, can you imagine Naofumi making out with all these princesses? He would have not only the harem of that everybody wanted, but he'll be top 3 greatest harem of all time. If he were to get every interspecies freaking good. Like, the main guy from the main guy from Monster Misune, he got 7 girls. This guy could have got an entire kingdom of princesses. He would have been a freaking god of isekais. But I rest my case. Anyway, Naofumi, as bold as he is, thanks to his powerful shield, he was able to stop the monster. He was able to stop the princesses from going after his pants. I mean, going after his sword. Now he got a shield, you know. And it's funny how it symbolizes it, because you heard Raphtalia got up. He's like, oh, I sense Naofumi's in danger. So without his sword, he wouldn't be protected. I'm sorry, I took it out of context, but still, you know. So he used his shield to work on a spell to illusion all the girls like they actually done it with him. And that worked. That worked. I like that spell he did. The fact that he used his shield powers to make the girls not pretend like an illusion spell, to make sure they actually making out with them. It's basically like okay, I'm gonna use this, like, I'm gonna make this genjutsu spell to make sure y'all having sex with me, and that's it. So of course Raphtalia, best girl by the group, by the way, all blushing because they see Naofumi naked. I mean, it's one of those classic girls see guy naked and clover eyes, that kind of thing, you know. Now this is where I get a little sus here. That Falcon guy is a sus. Every day these people have been eating the same thing over and over again. As I watched it, I guessed to myself, something's not right. Especially that tiger. That big ass lion from the first episode, because he didn't come to the meeting. So I'm looking at this guy and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Not only that, they got Naofumi dressed up in this big ass suit of armor with wings, like some Game of Thrones. He had the throne like some Game of Thrones, and he sat on the throne with that weird ass helmet and all that. I'm like, this is so freaking weird. Now the tiger twins, you know, I do like them. I have no beef with them. Then there's one character who's been spying up since day one. His name was Ethan, and that's a pretty common name. Ethan, that's a normal name. Anyway, by normal, I mean that is the normalest name I've seen in Rise of the Show. Well, Ren, but still, Ethan, like Ethan Hawke, Ethan Page. I mean, Ethan is the most common name, and Ethan was a friend of their father. So that's, I mean, if they trust him, we should. But he knows something's not going on with this place, especially Naofumi. Naofumi knows nothing's going on, because as they were serving food again, he realized, oh wait, there's poison in this. Okay, everybody drink this. Drink this right away. It may suck, but it heals. It gives away the poison because somebody's been poisoning the food. Just like bitch ass mine. What if it's the bitch who did it? What if it's mine who did it? I'm just curious. You don't think the bitch, you know, I think she did it. I think she's been poisoning since everybody says day mine. I don't care. I'm just saying. probably poisonous. So now they all arguing. The whole circle of kings are having a meeting, trying to figure out who is the cause of this. Who, with the whole boat situation, the whole poison of the food. You got everybody arguing about whose fault it is. And then at the end of the episode, normally we see Raphtalia get mad and say, "Shut the fuck up." But surprisingly, that little tiger girl, that for a girl who can't see, she literally has a voice that will break you in a heartbeat. The fact that she put her hands down like, "Shut up," and I'm like, yo. And Naofumi, like me, was surprised because we're like, huh? That's what it was. I'm sorry that took it out of context, but still, that's how it ended. The fact that she ended it like that with a voice like that, something's gonna happen. But overall, though, this episode was really amazing. This was more of a silly episode than it was because we got to see Naofumi going through the trenches of trust and action and taking care of business. But with a harem situation like this, rest assured you, he got plans up his sleeve. So again, Naofumi, you are one lucky bastard. You are one of many lucky bastards that have that kind of power in these princes coming after you. Again, one lucky bastard. So thank you for watching my review of Rise of the Shield Hero Season 4. I look forward for next week's episode of it, and I'm sure you will.